Although 2020 has been one of the worst years in history, I feel like it's also been one of the best. I mean, think about it. We got a new iPhone that everyone's been waiting for, and when I say everybody, I'm talking about you, so deal with it. We got foldable phones, not from Apple, of course. And then to finish off the year, we have the launch of Apple Silicon with the M1 chip that's gonna take the entry-level MacBook Air to other heights that we never thought would be possible. I mean, if you really think about it, it's pretty mind-blowing. We have a 3.5 times faster CPU with 8 cores. We have a 5 times faster GPU with 8 cores. We have a 9 times faster neural engine. We have no fan, and we have 18 hours of battery life. All of this, it doesn't even sound possible, to be honest. I mean, coming from my 2018 MacBook Air when they completely redesigned it, things have really changed for the better. It's really funny because when I got this in 2018, I just wanted to get the cheapest MacBook possible that I could do video editing on. I looked it up and like, yeah, you can get away with doing video editing on a MacBook Air. I was like, really? Okay, let's do it. And it actually worked rather well. Although granted, as time went past, it did start slowing down, sometimes has its hiccups, and lately it's been getting pretty bad. It freezes up, sometimes the operating system completely crashes, causes the computer to reboot while I'm editing or rendering videos. So it looks like this is starting to show its age, although the processor is pretty weak to begin with, so I'm surprised I was able to actually do as much as I could with it. But the funnier part is I paid $1,100 for this in 2018 for the base 128 gigabytes of storage. Don't do that. Then in 2019, they upgraded the display to True Tone and also doubled the base storage to 256 and dropped the price to $1,000. Yeah, I was pretty disappointed. And this year they took it even further because they have an even better display with a P3 color gamut, base storage of 256 gigabytes, and it's still only $1,000 with the Apple Silicon chip. Mind boggled right here. So long story short, I'm super excited to see if the actual numbers live up to the hype and the performance of this really triples that of my MacBook Air of yesteryear. Of course, I had to get that MacBook Air in gold once again. This time there's no fan. I hate when that fan starts cranking up, so hopefully this will be cool enough to not need a fan. MacBook Air, Apple. And if you're keeping score at home, everything's gold. Yes! Woohoo! I thought the Apple logo looked bigger, it's the same size. Does this feel heavier? I feel like it feels heavier. Inside the box I have a USB-C to USB-C charging cable, designed by Apple in California, a user guide, warning guide, and 2 gold Apple stickers. They left 2 in with the MacBooks, and I'm happy for that, especially since they're gold. Why weren't they gold with the iPhone? And would you look at that, it actually came with a power adapter, although it is only 30 watts. Ooh, it looks so nice. It looks exactly the same as the yesteryear MacBook Air, same color and everything, same exact size, same exact design, but it's what's inside that counts, and I still feel like it feels a little heavier, maybe not. Doing some quick math in my head, I feel like if anything, it should weigh a tad bit less since it doesn't have a fan inside. But of course, there's only one way to be sure. The 2018 MacBook Air comes in at 2 pounds and 11.2 ounces. What do you know? It actually does weigh a little bit more. The new 2020 M1 chip MacBook Air comes in at 2 pounds, 12.6 ounces. So it weighs a whole other ounce. I'm not sure how I was able to tell, but I'm not sure why it weighs more either. Are these chips big? I don't know. Now, although this does weigh 1 ounce more, you're not gonna actually notice, so it is pretty much still as light as air. So now it's the moment we've all been waiting for. Let's open this thing on up and see what we got. Oh, I just remembered we actually have a new keyboard too, because we have the butterfly switches on the 2018, but over here we have the Magic Keyboard, which is supposed to be better. What? Did you hear that? The other one definitely doesn't make that sound when you open it up. I don't know if it's just for the first time or every time, but that was pretty cool. It really felt like an experience. And yes, it did pass the one-handed opening test. Okay.
Choose English as the main language. Press the return key.
Okay, well, before Siri interrupted me, this screen actually does look a lot more vibrant and colorful. That P3 color gamut's really doing something. That's weird. This is the first time I actually noticed the bezels around the screen. People were like, oh, I wish they redesigned it and made smaller bezels. I was like, what bezels? I don't even notice them. But for some reason, when I open this up, they're just bam, right here, and they're the same. Now, it probably doesn't come over too well on camera, but you can just see all those colors. You know what? It might actually weigh a little bit more because of the keyboard. Whoa, hold up. Yeah, this keyboard definitely has a lot more travel. Stop talking, Siri! In other languages. But yeah, this keyboard definitely has a lot more travel. Also, one thing that they did change with the keyboard with the 2019 and beyond were the directional buttons on the keypad. Previously, they had these ones full size, and at first I was like, that looks weird, but then I got used to it and I kind of like it because, you know, it makes it look all uniform. But now they went back to this, which I heard is better for coding and whatnot, so I mean, I guess it is what it is. It's better for everyone else, so it doesn't really matter. This is probably really hard to tell, but this is the butterfly keyboard on the 2018 MacBook. You can see how much space we have between the keys and the frame. And then we have the new Magic keyboard. It looks like it's actually double the size. I'm also noticing on the function key, there's also a little globe here, so it looks like that has something to do with the internet. I'm not sure, but my 2018 model does not have that. All right, so let me get this set up. So far, it's real smooth, but you know, it's just a setup screen. Stop talking! Oh wow, this keyboard is so much nicer to type on. Although it's gonna take some getting used to because there's a lot more travel and it feels weird. I'm really liking the way Mac Big Sur looks like. I haven't actually updated my other one yet, so this is all new to me. Oh wow, Big Sur looks nice. Okay, it kind of looks like an iPad, but you know, whatever, it works. Wow, this is definitely a lot snappier than my other one. Like, I know some of the animations were kind of delayed a little bit when I first got it, and I was like, it's alright. But this one, it's just buttery smooth so far. Now, of course, I'm gonna have to run Geekbench to get an idea of how much faster this actually is. Although, you know, numbers are numbers. It doesn't actually mean it's gonna translate into the real world, but it'll give us a little bit of an idea. So for comparison, on my late 2018 MacBook Air with the Intel processor, we're looking at a 741 single-core score and 1447 for a multi-core score. That actually sounds really low, so I don't think it's gonna be that hard to beat. All right, so we're running it with Apple Silicon, and let's see what we get. Oh my, that's pretty significant. So we tested it out, and single core score, we got 1713 versus the 741. So that's almost, I mean, it's not quite 3.5 times faster, although, you know, it's at least 2.5 times. And then for the multi-core though, we got 7661 versus 1447. 7661 versus 1447. We got basically 1000 versus 7000. That's pretty impressive. We got more performance, more battery life, no fan, better keyboard. I don't know. I'm just saying. I've been using this to edit all my videos. If I've been able to do it on here, guess what I'm gonna be able to do on here? At least that much, except definitely smoother, but probably a lot better. I'm pretty impressed. I mean, these are just numbers, they don't mean anything per se, but I mean, that's good to see. So I'm really excited to see what we can work with here because really, this is a big difference and everything's so smooth right now. All the animations, where this one gets hung up sometimes trying to minimize stuff. Sometimes it gets all jittery. Right here, it's just buttery smooth. Now, hopefully that's gonna last. We'll see in time. But right now, everything's looking promising. That's insane. All right, so now I'm gonna actually go edit this video on this new MacBook and see if it's actually a lot better than it was on the 2018. Fingers crossed. Alright guys, so I just finished editing up this video and all I can say is this is very preliminary, but so far so good. No delays, no freezing, none of that crashing stuff I've been dealing with on the 2018, so this thing is definitely handling everything very well. Now of course I still have to load up all my stuff on here, so maybe that'll change things, but I guess we'll see. But so far I definitely think this is a worthy upgrade if you have a 2018 or even a 2019 MacBook Air and you want something a bit faster. But generally most of the people who have a MacBook Air are using it for school and just light tasks like that, so in that case I guess you don't have to upgrade, but if you want to do more intense activities like video editing or even maybe some gaming. But if you're not 100% sure if you should upgrade, think of it like this. What you're doing right now on your current MacBook Air, if it's working pretty well, but it could be a tad bit better and you want that improvement, this is definitely going to be an upgrade because you're already getting it done on there. So obviously this can't be worse. I mean, I guess it could have been, but it's not. So if you want to get that little bit of boost in performance, this is definitely a worthy upgrade right here. Plus the price, I'm surprised it's so cheap. Like, I was expecting it to go up. They're like, nope, we kept it at the same $9.99, which obviously isn't cheap per se, but with what you're getting, I think it's a steal.